Okay. So I've started recording this session. They've promised me that this will all get recorded and then you'll be able to see it later on this afternoon. That's what they promised me. We have yet to see if that will work out, but hopefully this will all work. All right, so everyone, I'm going to go ahead and go through the role of students here. If you want to join in using audio, please do. If you want to join in using camera, please do. Otherwise, you can stay off screen. And then I'm going to totally butcher your names, so please let me know if there's another way I'm supposed to be pronouncing this. Sean, and are you here, Sean? If you want to, you can type or say here audibly. Nope, okay. And how about Riley Bent? Did I pronounce that correctly? Hi, Riley, I see you're here. How's it going? Did I pronounce that correctly, Riley? I hope so. Let me know if I didn't. Okay. And how about Nicholas Boyles? Is Nicholas Boyles here? No, yes. No, yes. Okay. How about Jonathan Chappelle? Jonathan Chappelle, are you on? Okay. Okay. I know Aiden's here. Hi, Aiden. And how about Chloe Copeland? I see that you say here, right? Yeah,
I'm
perfect.
Here.
And Martha McGuire, I know some people, they, about the first 10 or 12, well, I think they told us like the first 12 to 15 people will be able to join in with audio. And then after that, sometimes the audio doesn't work. So we're going to talk about this for the first couple of weeks. Oh, I think somebody's audio is going. Yeah, there you go. So we'll talk about this. I think what we'll probably try to do is have 10 people this first 2 weeks, have 10 people join with audio and visual one day, and then the next 10 people join with audio and visual the next day. And maybe that'll just be, so like, Aiden, can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
Thanks. When you joined into the conference, did it give you a choice to join in with audio and a choice to join in with visual?
Yes, for me, there were two options. You could either choose to utilize the microphone or just listen with audio. So
Okay.
It wasn't both, but
Okay.
realize if you use the microphone option, then you could speak if you want to by clicking the buttons at the bottom of the screen and also still be able to hear.
Perfect. So let's do this for the first 2 weeks. I will send out an announcement telling people what days I'd like for them to join with audio and what days the other group should join with audio, just so I can hear everybody's voice at some point or another, and it's not the same 10 people who are speaking every time. So that way, at least when we're having our in-class discussion, half of you will be able to do it through the chat, and half of you will be able to have more of an organic discussion with me using sound. I just want to make sure that everyone has a chance to speak if they want to. So we'll figure that out. It'll be kind of an interesting first couple of weeks, I think. Excellent. Okay. Let's keep going. So Dylan, I don't know how to pronounce your last name. Desor? Is that even close, Dylan? I know that you're on. Can you speak? Do you have audio, Dylan? Nope. Okay. I hope I got that right. So Dylan is here. How about Bryce Dreyer?
Yes, it's Dreer.
Dreer. How's it going, Bryce?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, I'm alive. I mean, most of the time, that's a good thing. All right, how about Giovanni Glenn? Are you here today, Giovanni? Yay, he's here. And Emerald, I know she's here. How about
Yep.
Elliot Irwin? Oh, I see. Yes. Elliot,
Yeah,
you're
I'm
here.
here.
Hi, how's it going, Elliot?
Good, thanks.
Good, good. Are you at home or are you in your dorm room?
No, I'm in the dorm room.
In your dorm room. Do we want to see it? Can you give us a video of your? No, we don't want to see it, right? No. Okay, never mind. Okay.
No, that's all right.
No. Yeah, my kids had to wake up early enough this morning to make their beds. They were not happy about it because they're going to be Zooming in their bedrooms. How about Martha McGuire? I know you're here because you weren't able to have audio. Madison Marwitz, are you here?
I'm here.
Yay! How's it going, Madison?
Going good.
Good, excellent. And I know Annie is here because I saw her name. Annie, can you speak up?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi. How do you pronounce that last name?
Nauer.
Nauer. Perfect. Thank you. Like hour. Nauer. Perfect. How about Ty Nelson? Are you here today, Ty? I see you. Yeah, I can see you, Ty. How's it going? How about Cheyenne Oshia? Oshia?
Hi, it's Cheyenne Osha.
Osha. All right.
Yeah.
I love it. Perfect. And it's Cheyenne, right?
Yep, correct.
Perfect. And then how about Hikaru Sayama? Sayama? Hikaru? Hikaru, I know I see you here. If you have audio, please correct my pronunciation. Hikaru?
Hi, I'm here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. Can you help me pronounce that first name for me?
Hikaru.
Hikaru.
Yeah.
Perfect. Hikaru. Sayama for your last name?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. How about Gareth Shull? Are you here today, Gareth? Ah, perfect, he's here. And how about Porter Terrell? These are some really awesome names. He's here too, great. And oh boy, Diara Williams, I'm so sorry. Well, Diara, are you here today? Do you have audio? Can you help me out? No? Okay. I'm going to put absent. Let me go through the first couple. Sean Auer, are you here today? Sean Auer? Nope. How about Nicholas Boyles? Did you show up? Nope. And how about Jonathan Chappelle? Did you show up?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yay! All right, good. Perfect. All right, let's get started. Hi, everybody. This is going to be a little crazy. We're going to have a lot of patience and mercy and grace. Yep, it's going fine. Thank you, little technician guy. All right, so how many of you were able to look over the syllabus a little bit? And any of you who can join in with visuals and want to, go ahead, so that poor Aiden's not sitting there all alone. Did everybody get a chance to look? Yeah, good. Okay, so I'm going to try to use a screenshot so that you can look at Canvas together. So just give me 1 second here. I'm going to share my screen. It's going to do it like this crazy, weird looking in a mirror thing. All right. So Aiden, can you help me out here since you're one of the people I know who's on there with audio? Can you see now the Canvas page?
Yes.
Perfect. I'm hoping everybody else can too. Unfortunately, I can't see the chat room. So if somebody has a question that's writing on the chat room and I just keep talking like kind of a blind idiot, can somebody just audibly say, oh, Professor Pauls, there's a question, and I will stop sharing and try to look at the questions at hand, or somebody can read them out to me or what have you. Okay, so here is our Canvas page. I try to make things really easy for you to find. So if you notice on our home page, you've got the syllabus, got my information, and then you've got, I need to put that in student view. And then you've got all of the assignments right here. So hopefully this will be really, really easy. You can also look on calendar. You can look under modules. So there's many places where you can make sure you're keeping up with the class. If there's ever a question about my Canvas page, please let me know. I know every professor does it a little bit differently. So if there's a way I can make this easier for you, let me know. One thing that I always try to do is put everything on this calendar so that when you click on, it's right there for you, all of your assignments. Let's take a look at my office hours. Today I'm in my office, and on Wednesdays I'm in my office pretty much the whole day getting ready for my classes. 2 to 3 I'll be in my office in McClure 126. If you want to just come over and say hi, we'll wear our masks. I have seating that's 6 feet away, and at least we can kind of know each other a little bit as humans before I see you in a couple of weeks. So you're more than welcome. Otherwise, we can meet virtually. We can meet, talk over the telephone. This is the telephone number. Don't laugh at me. I am kind of a dinosaur, but my office phone number forwards to my home phone, which is a landline. Shut up. And so it will ring. It'll ring very loudly, and everyone in the house knows that's probably a work call. So that's a great way to reach me if you need like something immediately. Otherwise, you can email me. All right, let's look into the syllabus. So this is Comp 1. This is a course that you all need to take. But let me reassure you, it's a course that I absolutely love to teach. I love teaching freshmen, first year composition writing. It's mostly because I too have a high school student. She's a sophomore in high school right now, my sweet little Nora. And I kind of know the restrictions that high school writing can place on their students. And basically what this class is going to do is it's going to help you start to develop your own writing voice, your own writing style, your own writing strategies. So it's not so much that we're necessarily going to break all the rules, but I really want you to start to think about what rules should and can be broken for a certain effect, if that makes sense. So if you've been waiting for a writing class where the teacher is saying, look, it's not just about the thesis always has to go here, and the topic sentence always has to go here, and you can't ask any questions, and you can never use I. We are going to question all of those rules because if you do any reading whatsoever, if you read The New Yorker, if you read really wonderful literary magazines, none of those articles ever follow those archaic rules we learn in high school. So if you want to become a professional writer, if you want to take your writing to the next level, it really is about figuring out what strategies you think will work to communicate what you want to your readers. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Don't let this book scare you. Yes, we're going to talk about gender, but no, you don't have to write about it. This is just a really great little reader. It'll help concentrate the class on a certain theme, but that does not mean you have to write about it. Every paper it's going to be very, very open what topic you want to explore. So don't let that be, if you're like, oh, gender, don't let it scare you. It's mostly just a way to coalesce kind of the content and theme of a class so that, because honestly, almost every Comp 1 book I look at, it's kind of the readings are so wah. They don't challenge, they're not interesting. I'm not learning anything new. So in this book, we will all learn something new. And for me, that's what I love most. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's flip down. Some of this you don't really need to know, honestly. It's stuff we have to put in. Okay, let's stop here. So 70% of the grade in this class will depend on the formal essays of the class. So the first essay, 150 points, the second 200, the last one 350. You can see kind of the word count right here. I have absolutely no idea where you are all coming from. Sometimes some of my Comp 1 students are like, I wrote an 8 to 10 page research essay in high school. It's not a problem. Others of you are like, holy crap, I haven't written anything longer than 2 pages and we didn't do any research. So we're all coming from very, very different backgrounds, and I realize that. We're all coming from very different skill sets, and I realize that. So if this seems really overwhelming to you, believe me, we are going to take it, in certain steps. I'm going to help guide you. If for some of you are like, oh, this is not a problem because I already wrote an 8 to 10 page research essay in high school, let me reiterate just right now, I want 8 to 10 pages of something that's worthwhile to read. So a lot of times with 8 to 10 pages, students are just kind of throwing information in, and it's not really interesting or analyzed very well. We're going to try to avoid that in this class as much as possible. I want everything you write to have both personal meaning to you, but also to mean something to us as the readers. Like, every word is going to count. We're not going to add to that big, I'm sorry, I hope this doesn't offend anybody, crap pile of words out there that are kind of useless and meaningless, and we're just throwing stuff on a piece of paper to meet the word count. I want these papers to mean something, both to you and to me and to your peers. So there you go, and there you have it. It's going to be an exciting semester. All right, so that's 70% of your grade. So that is a weighted category, and that's going to be pretty much standard through all composition classes. The other 30% are going to be the daily assignments, the final assessment, quizzes, discussion boards, that kind of thing. So those are fairly low risk assignments, meaning that you can make mistakes there. You can be kind of like, I wonder what's going on. You don't have to, these don't have to be perfect, the journals, the discussion boards, the grammar quizzes. You can still do really well in the class if you're struggling a little bit in these. However, if you want to get a really great grade in this class, of course, all of these have to be turned in. All right, don't use Safari as your browser for Canvas. I don't know why. Safari, the browsing system, it broke Canvas's heart, so try Chrome instead. A lot of people have problems if they use Safari, so please don't do that. When you are in class, and we'll figure that out at the end of the 2 weeks, who wants to come on Monday, who wants to come on Wednesday, who wants to never ever come. That's any of those options are totally cool. Please bring like your laptop or a tablet so that you can kind of follow along with our class, like virtually, so you can take a look at the chat and help our peers who are going to be joining us virtually. If you cannot attend during class time for whatever reason, then I will be saving our class conferences on Canvas. Right now, they last only 2 weeks. My husband has set up my own private YouTube channel so that I can save some of these conferences on YouTube and then give you all the links so that the conferences are more permanent. But we have to practice a few times, as you can imagine. We got to see if this is actually going to work. I'm hoping that it does, so that these class conferences, you can go back even weeks later and refresh. So I hope that's all good. Oh, by the way, if you guys want to like chat with each other in the chat room right now to say, oh, that's cool, or hey, what about this, or whatever, go for it. Okay. Late homework will be accepted, but with points taken off unless you have already spoken to me and we together have come up with an alternate schedule. So please let me know if life is going awry. Please let me know if you're feeling overwhelmed. Please let me know if things are just kind of falling apart for you. I completely understand. This next semester is going to be kind of chaotic. It's and we're in this together. I am here for you. I want to be your mentor as well as your professor. I might be struggling at different points in the semester too. So it's totally cool. What's not cool is if you just don't do the homework and at the end of the semester, you're like, hey, oops, I really need to pass this class, because by that time it's just way too late. So you can't make that. That's a bad choice. A good choice is if you're struggling to come talk to me and we'll work something out. So I hope that makes sense. Otherwise, then the assignments, if you don't talk to me and you just didn't turn something in, then it will be 10% every day of the grade will be lost. Again, if your life is getting overwhelming, talk to me. We'll work something out. Participation is going to be really hard. Like the attendance policy is basically please get your work in. That's how I'm going to be taking quote unquote attendance, is like showing up for these conferences, showing up in person when we have that option, getting your work in on time. So if for any reason, again, you can't come to class, but you're catching up by watching the conferences later, you will be all good. The way that you're going to fail with participation is basically not participating in discussion boards, not getting your journals in, not getting your assignments in. Okay. Here's a rubric for the essays. You can go back and read that at your own leisure. Discussion boards will be happening probably every Friday. We'll have some kind of discussion board or some kind of peer editing. And the discussion boards are, I hope that they become a really excellent part of this class. For my literature classes, they are awesome because we are like really digging in deep. So what I'm hoping is that we all have, that these discussions are meaningful, that we go a little bit deeper, and maybe, just maybe, we think of them as opportunities to challenge ourselves, challenge others, not in a like brutal kind of rude way, but just in kind of, ooh, you thought that, dig a little deeper. Like, what do you mean by that? Or I'm always going to leave usually with, do you have any questions? Did you have any confusion? So maybe in our posts, when you actually start to respond to other posts, you can kind of contribute and further the discussion that way. So let me lay this out very clearly. What's going to happen is maybe we read an essay from the book. And what I'm going to ask you to do is to respond to a couple of questions, hopefully really good ones, about what you just read. You're going to post your answers. And then after you've posted your answers, and I'm hoping the answer has examples from the text, direct quotes, that kind of thing, then when you respond to two other friends in the class, two other peers in the class, that you further and contribute to the discussion. This is where these discussion boards are totally useless. If everyone gets on and goes, you made a really excellent point, smiley face. Oh, that's really interesting, smiley face. That's just, you're just going through the motions. We're just jumping through hoops. I don't want that. What I'd really like to do is respond to your fellow classmates or me, because I will be contributing too, and you further the discussion. That means, one, address the responses to a specific person. So you might say, hey, Chloe, this is what I really liked your response about this. Here's what I'm thinking. This has made me think about blah, blah, blah. So address the response to a specific person. You ask questions if he, she, they needs clarification. So if you are wondering, somebody makes a comment in a post, one of your peers, and you're like, I'm not exactly sure what you're trying to say, you can ask for clarification. You can agree with a post, but I'm hoping you can go beyond that. I agree, good job. Like maybe agree, but put a different spin or a different perspective. Or you can disagree respectfully and civilly with somebody else's post, and then show where you came up with your interpretation. So that is what I'm hoping happens in the discussion boards. I think we have one this Friday, so fingers crossed that that goes really well. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. We'll go over some more of this when we get to the end of the 2 weeks. But if and when we start to attend this class in person, I want you to attend only on the days of the week that you've been chosen or been assigned. And we'll figure that out at the end of the first 2 weeks, I promise. Try to wear a mask at all times. Try to find one where you can speak comfortably. It took me a while to find a mask where I could actually talk without the material going into my windpipe. So, you might have to, and just a warning very quickly. I bought a mask that has one of those see-through windows so you can see my mouth move, and it is creepy as hell, but you can see my mouth and you can see when I'm smiling, and if any of you need to follow my lips, you can. But it's
so legit. Where'd you get that?
I know, I got it from Etsy, because I get everything from Etsy, and but it is super, I'm telling you, it's like the creepiest thing in the world, but it's also awesome, and it doesn't fog up my glasses, so yeah, try Etsy. If you want the link, let me know, email me, I'll send you the link. because
I'll definitely email you on that one.
yeah. Especially if any of you have relatives. I have a mom, my husband, actually, full disclosure, maybe I'm sharing a little bit too much. My husband is half deaf. He's lost his hearing. He was in the army in Germany for 3 years. He was part of the armed forces. And, he was supposed to wear those protective ear things when they shot off their whatever big artillery. But, he was too cool for that. And he paid for it by damaging his ears. So when we wear masks out in public, I kind of have to wear that. Like when we go to dinners, or we don't really go to dinner, but when we want to talk to each other outside, otherwise he doesn't know what the hell I'm saying. So yeah, it's very useful. Okay, this right here, I will be making a seating chart, or at least taking a picture every day in class, so that if, God forbid, one of us comes down with COVID, we can do some contact tracing. So just know that that's coming. But I'm really hoping that I will see you soon. Really, really, fingers crossed. Okay. Just FYI, and I know we all know this already, I've never had a problem with this in any of my classes, because your generation, I found, has been, you are a really amazing generation. But I just want to throw this out, that choose your language with consideration for others in this classroom. Remember, this classroom is a meta reflection of the world. People are from different cultures, different religions, different ethnicities, different sort of sexual orientations, different sexual identities. Let's just be respectful and mindful of these differences. That doesn't mean that we can't ask questions, and it doesn't mean that we can't say, I've always wondered what I'm supposed to say in this situation, right? Like, some of us are still struggling with, like, is it, when we think of, is it gay? Is it lesbian? Is it hetero? I mean, like, straight, what are the terminologies? If you have any questions about that, this is a safe space in that we are going to, it's going to be okay if we don't know something, and we're going to be curious about it, and we're going to share our experiences and share our reactions with other people. We're not going to shame each other. We're not going to try to embarrass each other or feel superior to each other. We're just going to help each other kind of navigate sometimes some of these difficulties when it comes to different religions and cultures and ethnicities. And I think that to me, that's what I mean by a safe space. Not that we don't ever raise those issues, not that we don't ever discuss them, but that we can, in a space where we know we're going to meet people who are understanding and absolutely willing to help us understand. So that's what I'm hoping. And here's the end of it, y'all. This is so important to me. How do you keep me happy? Because we all know, I mean, grades are objective, sure, but really it's, do I feel happy when I read your papers? If I read your paper and I forget that I'm supposed to grade it, I forget that it's student writing, woohoo! That is amazing. That's what I live for. So that's number one. This is how you can keep me happy. Come to class willingly sharing insights and ideas. If you're willing to share those and voice them however you can, if it's through writing, if it's through like speaking up, great. Number two, providing productive and constructive advice and writing suggestions to your peers. This has been probably the best part of my writing classes, is that you will get so much good advice from other people who are reading or writing, not just from me. The more eyes you can get on a paper, the better. And we're going to really look into that a lot. I don't want peer editing to be, oh, it's good, oh, it's fine. We're really going to develop a community together. I don't have any type of weighted classroom, you all. You could all get A's, and I would be happy about that. So there is no competition here between, well, she only gives out 3 A's a semester, and I don't want to help this person too much because he or she or they might steal my grade. That's not how this works. So there is absolutely nothing wrong or bad about helping each other. In fact, the more happy papers I get, the more papers that make me happy, the better mood I'm in, and the better mood I'm in, the better grades I get. What happens when I start to read a pile of not so great papers is I start to drink. And then I am a very mean drunk, I'm just saying. So you don't want me to start opening that bottle of wine when I'm reading your pile of papers. You want me to be in a really happy, good mood. I know it's just, I'm really revealing a little bit too much during this class. Okay, so So that's it. Number 3. This is what would make me the happiest. Take risks in your writing. Experiment with ideas and words, strategies, organization. Start to really explore different ways of writing, and that will make me so happy. You have no idea. I don't want your papers to all look the same. I don't want them to be all following the same exact strategy or pattern. I want you, if you're feeling brave enough, and if you think it will lead to better writing, then I want you to start to feel like you have my absolute permission and support to start to play around with writing in a different way. If that makes you like, woohoo, great. If that makes you petrified, that's okay. We're going to talk a lot about in this class how you are all going to come up with your own personal writing voice and strategies. And if it's following the same rules that you learned in high school, God bless you, God, go forth, you know? If it is by maybe experimenting a little bit, you've got other writers that you really enjoy, you want to try different techniques. We're certainly going to be reading lots of different essays in this class with different techniques. God bless and go forth. So really, it's going to be about me helping you become the best writer you want to be, if that makes sense. I just want to let you know, if you want to start to experiment, I would love to see that. Okay, we do have a writing center on campus. Because of COVID, they're going to go mostly online. But in this syllabus, here's the link, and I will be sharing this with you throughout the semester as well. For some of you, if I read a couple of your rough drafts and I'm like, God, the ideas are so great, just there's grammar, mechanical errors, then I will probably very eagerly suggest that you visit the Writing Center. And then everybody, please tell me how your experiences go with the virtual Writing Center. Let me know if it's going well or if it didn't go well, so that I can tell my very, very good friend, Professor Susan Edley runs the Writing Center, and she needs to hear this feedback as well. So I'm hoping that you use them, and I'm hoping that you let us know how it went. Okay, so I think you already heard that I have a couple of children. I've got a sophomore in high school, and I've got an 11-year-old, a 6th grader, who's is a really interesting age. Okay, let me move on. So you will be able to reach me until about 5 o'clock every day. I'll be able to respond to emails pretty quickly, answer the phone, that sort of thing. After 5 o'clock, though, I don't even know where my cell phone is. That's how bad I am with technology. I don't get alerts on my phone. I don't check my email when I'm with my family. When I'm home and with my family, I try to turn this weird reality off as much as possible. And I want to let you know, I want each of you to hear this, that I think that's important for you too. Try to carve out a space this semester, a few hours a day, where you're outside taking a walk, for example, or you're around family members or something. You've got, because this online class, it can be like you can get all consumed with it. You know what I mean? Like you're always online and you're always looking at a person through a screen, and it can get really, I don't know, it can make me feel less and less human. So I just want to, you're probably not going to hear this from any other professor. There are times I want you to be offline, please. Please take yourself offline. And then you can come back online, rejuvenated and ready to work. But please try to do that. So that's my time between 5 and 9. I'm with my kids 100%. My 2 annoying cats, you will see them, because when I try to do anything, like I'm going to do a little presentation, one of them, Sherlock, will be biting my ankles. He's kind of a little jerk. And then, of course, my husband, he's always the lowest on the totem pole. They're my priority from 5 to 9. After that, I will check my emails. So usually I check at 4 o'clock in the morning when I wake up and grade, and about 9 o'clock at night before I go to sleep. So just know, if it's during the hours from 9 to 5, I'm there for you. If it's after that, you're going to have to wait until the next day for me to get back. But if it is an emergency, call this number, and my home phone will ring. Okay. Are there any questions about any of this so far? Anybody want to speak up? Nope. Okay.
I
Oh,
was
yeah.
wondering how you like to be addressed because some professors have a preferred way.
Okay, if you read my introduction, not Missy. Don't call me Missy, please. But otherwise, anything really does. If you want to call me Melissa, I'm happy with that. Technically, it's Professor Qualls. So if you want to call me Professor Qualls, that's absolutely fine. The other thing would be, oh, and just very quickly. So when I got married when I was 30 years old, 29, right before I turned 30. And because I'd already, I've been a Qualls my whole life. Grew up as a Qualls. I didn't change my last name, so technically I'm not a Mrs. I'm married, but I'm not an MRS. So if you said Mrs. Qualls, that's my mom. But Professor Qualls would be fine. Melissa would be fine. Hey, you would be fine. That's all that is good. But thank you for asking. Some professors, it's very important to them to give their proper title. It's not that important to me. Are there any other questions? Just not Missy, please. You can call me Missy, and then I will think that you are, one of my sisters. I have a lot of them, a lot of sisters. Okay, let's take a look here just on the syllabus itself. As you can see, our first essay is going to be is this the right one? I don't think that's the right, I'm so sorry. All right, I uploaded the wrong syllabus. Give me 1 second here. Here, I'm gonna stop sharing. It should have hybrid on there, and it doesn't. I think I uploaded the wrong syllabus. Forgive me, everybody. I will get the right one up on there. But let's take a look at the first day. Okay, so let me go back to our, Okay, so can everyone see the screen now? I'm hoping, yeah. So this is right here. Okay, good. So this is right here, the first discussion board. It's a really, really easy one. I see that some of you have already, hi, Emerald. Oh, that's so cool. Some of you have already responded. You've got links. So if you want to, again, if you want to say hi to each other, that's absolutely cool. If somebody has an interest that you're interested in as well, this is an opportunity for us to just kind of get to know each other. That's not due until like 5 o'clock tonight. So if you still want to join in, please do. It's really pretty easy to reply. You just kind of hit that and you would say, really, you're from Australia? Oh. This is the truth.
Yeah, I am.
Oh my God. My daughters love Australian accents. I'm sorry, you probably hear that all the time and it's so rude and it's so stereotypical, but they do. They are miserable at repeating it. And, but yeah, they're a little in love with Australian accents. Okay, so there you go. My daughters would love you. That's what I have. So it's really easy to reply to each other. Don't let that scare you. On Wednesday, I think some of you have completed this as well, but you will download this piece of paper, this page. Are you all still seeing this?
Yes.
Oh, good. And then here, what you can do is you can write down the words you don't know. The first thing you're going to do is to read this. It's very short, not very long, but I think it's pretty interesting. Here, for example, let's say you don't know the word, what's a word that a lot of people get? Oh, eliciting, to elicit. Some people might not know what elicit is, so you'd put eliciting right here. You would guess then you'd find the dictionary meaning and see how close you came. Next, I'd like for you to make comments like I do at the side. The easiest way to do that is to come up here, maybe go, like you really like this, you really want to talk about this. You can do, what is it? References, what did I say? Dun, 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 dun. Highlight the word. Okay. You can either insert, I think, I did this a while back. Where is it? What did I put here? Okay, go to the review at the top. Review, dang it. Sorry, kids, right here. Okay, here, review, new comment. I highlighted that, and then I can say blah, 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 blah. And then I can save that comment. I can go to the next comment. I can reply to my comments I made a couple of minutes ago, although you don't want to do that. This, you can go here and make another new comment. And then you can go to another place and make another new comment. Does that make sense, everybody? Do you see what I'm doing? Yeah? If you don't like something, then you can always go back or delete a comment. So if I want this and I want to delete, then I can do that. So it kind of is a good way for you to annotate. That's what I'd like for you to do. And then down here is write a journal. I'd really like for you to get as specific as possible. So if you wrote, like, I really agree with this because sometimes I feel like I'm being stuffed. In high school, I would get stuffed all the time. That's not as deep as I'd like. If, for example, you have a specific high school class that you felt was almost useless, you were so stuffed with miscellaneous facts, you can't remember one of them right now. That's what I'm talking about when I want you to get specific. But also, I want you to start to think about what true education should do. If you agree with Sidney Harris, wonderful. But if you think that he is wrong, tell me. If you think that you've had a class that has done what Sidney Harris says classes should do, then tell me. So again, get really specific. I really want to hear about your specific experiences, and then we can kind of talk about it in class on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, we are going to have another one of these conferences. I'll go ahead and assign it right here. And then stop sharing. Thank you very much. So we can do another conference together and ask any questions that we might have. Please look at the syllabus by that time because I'm sure I left some stuff out. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Emerald. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So how was that? Are you all completely overwhelmed or are you doing okay?
Very good.
Good. Aiden's doing okay.
I'm doing all right.
Yeah. It's a lot on the first day to take in. And usually if you're sitting here in front of me, I can stop and pause and somebody has a puzzled look on his face or somebody is writing notes in her notebook and I know that it's too much. I can slow down, but this is kind of hard. That was good. Thank you, Giovanni. Perfect. All right, so let's end this session. If you have time, do the discussion board. You get easy 10 points from telling me about your life. I will get on and start to reply to all of you as well. And yeah, have a great first day. I'm glad things kind of worked here. If you came in late too, tell me on the chat box. So what I'm going to ask is that all of you go ahead and sign out. I will stick around if anybody has a couple of questions that they want to ask just me. So I'll stick around, but all the rest of you, it was really, really, really wonderful to meet you and have a great day.
You too.
Thanks. I'm gonna drink some more tea because caffeine is good.
Wait. Here we go.
Goodbye, everybody.